Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors in Winston, Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. We have a couple of special guests here. But first, let's take a look at our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and his hard-working crew taking care of everyday comfort needs. Let me say one word, hot. Okay, it's going to be, actually it's cooled down a couple of degrees. It's only going to be 91 today and high and then low of 76. So we're having a little cool snap coming through. Our water temperature brought to us by Allco Electric out of Lynn Haven. Right at 89 degrees, and we're going to talk about that with our guests later on. This water temperature has really been extremely hot for this time of year. Our river readings brought to us by the good folks at Panama City Coca-Cola. Take a look at the Apalachicola at Bluntstown. This morning reading was 7.4, pretty steady. Had a little bit of drop last night, but we're looking at the Choctawhatchee Carabelle, 5.2 is where it bounced up and back down, but both rivers looking to be in good shape for the weekend. Not a lot of movement as far as up or down. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're talking about all week long, just some great tides. High tide this morning, right around 11 o'clock, and then going out the rest of the day till about 10:05 tonight. It'll be a good night to be on the water. Wind direction, a marine forecast, south-southwest at about 5 to 10. Pretty seasonal. We'll take a break, come back with our special guest. Okay, welcome back, and welcome to our guests this morning, all the way from Mexico Beach, Captain Kevin Lanier, and Captain Mitch Colvin.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome back.
Glad to be here.
Good to be here.
We have these guys come on every year talking about this big MBARA fishing tournament coming up, and we're going to talk about it, but we just finished talking about a lot of fishing. We hadn't even mentioned the tournament, talking back and forth, but let's talk about the tournament, and then we're going to talk about fishing, okay? The tournament, what's the date on it?
July 25th, July 26th.
Okay,
July 25th is our captain's party. Captain's party sponsored by Blue Water Outriggers. It's what are we going to start? About 5 o'clock.
Yep.
5 o'clock to 8 o'clock, or whenever we get through handing out door prizes.
Central time.
Central time. Everything's Central time, and we're at the Mexico Beach Pavilion at the public ramp. July 26th, the fishing and weigh in this year is sponsored by 98 Real Estate Group. So we've had great start for our year. I mean, we've got more sponsors this year than we've ever had. We've added more platinum sponsors, which is the $3,000 level and up. But most importantly is we have got a partnership with Gulf Coast Custom Carts. We started last year. They have given us a golf cart. Last year they gave us a used cart. We sold 100 tickets, and we sold out in, 3 weeks or something? It was quick.
Okay.
The only complaints we had was we didn't sell enough tickets.
Okay, here we go. I got a picture of this right here. Look, check this out, folks. Okay, so how do we get this? I mean, this is cool.
You can go to the mbara.org, go to our website. You can buy them online, but you can also, we've got these placards around town. They're at Blue Water Outriggers, they're at Piggly Wiggly, they're Mexico Beach Marina, Welcome Center, and then because there's a link on our Facebook page.
Okay, so I think I got it right.
You can go to the link on the Facebook page, or you can zoom in on and get the QR code for this.
Okay.
This is a brand new street legal cart. This is about a $13,000 golf cart.
I'm talking
And they are such a, I mean, Bill and Patrick Cummings, they're great guys.
Yeah.
They know what we're doing, and they know what we're doing with the money, and they're just glad to be there to help.
That is awesome. They've got some really good carts that part that run. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, so that's going to be a big deal. I put it on my calendar now. It's already July 25th.
Yep,
Okay.
you'd be around there.
How many boats y'all normally get?
We had 122 last year.
Yeah.
But we last year we saw a big increase in the open division.
Yes.
Open division is the boats 26 feet and up. Rec division's under 26. We had 30% increase last year in the open division.
Yeah.
Well, this year for the first time in years, we've increased our first place prize from $3,000 to $5,000 in the open division.
Cool.
And also, thanks to Mexico Beach Marina and Nate Odom over there, we've increased the pelagic purse. We doubled it. So we went from $2,500 up to $5,000 on it. So somebody in the open division boats is going to have a really good day.
Wow.
It's the nice thing about it is I think it opens it up to more guys coming over and fishing.
Yeah.
Rather than it just being a local tournament.
Oh yeah. This tournament's been going on a long time. I know when I first started doing the show, y'all, how many years y'all been doing it?
This is our 29th year.
29th year. I remember going. You had Miss Mexico Beach. Y'all still do that?
No.
Do y'all?
No, we let that run its course.
I remember you had twin girls. There were twin girls from Bainbridge, Georgia.
Yeah.
Well, that's way back when I first started the show.
Those were Steve Petty's friends.
That's it. Okay.
Steve Petty, and that used to be with the Glass Dreamboats, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, they were friends of his, and that, again, it was fun, and the girls that did it enjoyed it. But it's just something that I can't.
We're in a different world now.
We're in a different world now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We're talking about just a serious fishing, and you get some good boats down there. You get some good fishermen.
Oh yeah, we have some guys. We have some. We call them fish whisperers.
Yeah.
It's amazing how they. I mean, the same guys, if you notice, will place a lot of the years. So.
Yeah, and once again, a few years ago when Kevin and I got involved with the tournament, it was just we had direct division, which was everybody.
Everybody.
Then you had the open division, which was the guys like Kevin and I, and there was only a handful of us. So when we kind of got involved with the tournament, one of the first things we looked at was, like you said, you go down to Mexico Beach now, everybody's got a big boat.
I know.
I mean, you go down through there, and you used to be a 26-foot boat was probably one of the bigger boats in the canal.
Yeah.
And now it's not in the top 40.
Where do these people get all that money by these boats? Goodness.
Something's going on in Georgia. They got a lot of money in
Georgia.
A
Georgia.
lot of money in Georgia.
It's Georgia. We talk about that down in Carabel.
You got the Georgia cartel.
I got cousins all up in there, but they don't have those big boats.
Oh my gosh. It's that's one of the things I pointed out when these guys that sell the golf carts. They came over to the boat ramp, and they were just looking around, just standing in the parking lot of the Mexico Beach ramp. You can look at the boat ramp in the canal, and you could count both hands boats over $500,000. And I'm looking at them going, these are recreational vehicles, just like what you're selling.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're like, I think we need to get to this market.
Wow. And 3 and 4 big old motors. I mean,
yeah.
the motors.
Well, we run
Kevin's
a.
boat.
What do you have?
We got a 40 Invincible with quad 350s.
Quad 350s.
Yes, sir.
That's the kind of guy I'm talking about. Right.
I don't own the boat.
He's part of that Georgia cartel.
Part of the cartel. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Okay, welcome back. So here, Miss Coleman and Kevin O'Neill talking about a big tournament coming up for 20-some years now down in Mexico Beach, and what they do. And we talked about it. We showed the pictures, the videos. I've been out with them making these artificial reefs, which makes our fishing world so much better.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's been amazing over the years, and y'all have sort of been the trailblazers.
Well,
Really have.
for 29 years, Mexico Beach Artificial Reef Association has been putting out artificial reefs. And the last few years, we really have hit our sweet spot. We're putting out usually 3 deployments a year. It used to take 4 or 5 years to have 3 deployments.
Yeah.
And now, and a lot of it, again, it's just a matter, it's the support that we are getting from our sponsorships, from the tournament, people that are coming in and naming artificial reefs. We've got reefs out there that are numbered, MB 50.
Yeah.
Well, you can go out and you can contact our Reef Association. Brian Higdon takes care of that. If your loved one passes and you'd like to memorialize them, you can make a donation to the Reef Association, and they will change the reef from MB50 to whatever memorial reef that you name. And it'll actually, when the new chips are produced, you pull up on the spot and it'll pop up. So-and-so Memorial Reef. It's a great program.
Here's a picture of what they look like. We've talked about it. This is deploying some.
That picture came from my boat.
That did.
You did?
He was out there doing
Your picture.
We take our people all the time.
We do. We try to do the same, and just to watch this go down. And then there are other people that actually they take the ashes of their loved ones over to Orange Beach. Reef Maker will walk them all through it. They actually can put their ashes into the artificial reef. They can have a plaque put on the reef. They can have handprints or a special jig. You can customize it any way you want to.
That's a great picture because that shows the super reef, which is the real big one.
Yeah,
Okay, the real big one. Okay,
that one with the
that one's a super reef. That thing's almost about 30 feet tall.
Okay.
And for people that are worried about them, I've explained this. They all have a turtle escapement hole. Seeing the top of the one the guy's standing on?
Okay, that's what that is.
Yeah, that's so a turtle can get out.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
We got to take care of those turtles.
Got to take care of
Yes,
the
sir.
turtles. They spend a lot of money in the area, evidently.
These are the names you're talking about, different names and all?
These are some of the ones that we've done in just the last year.
Okay.
And you can see all these deployment dates, 24, 25. These are fresh.
Yeah.
And you can see some of them are named. You know,
That second one, Tennessee Chuck.
Yeah, he's got a
Let's give him
bunch of them out there. And
Yeah.
you can see those. These are ones that actually people had their ashes incorporated and brought over. And then you can see the numbered ones like 305 to 309. Anybody wants to name those for your loved one, all you have to do is reach out to NBRA and we'll make that happen.
Yeah.
And it's quick. It doesn't take long for us to do that. And normally there's someone, either my boat or Kevin, somebody that's involved with Embara will take the family out there, let them watch the deployment, or put their ashes out on the reef, and it's
That's
a
cool.
really great program.
That's cool. And speaking of another great part of the program right here, this you have a youth division.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, we added the youth division 3 years ago. We have a ladies division, and then this year we've got a senior division, 65 and up.
okay,
So that's
all
for
right.
us.
All
Yeah,
my
that's for
buddies.
you guys. That's for you guys.
All right.
And
Tell us about it.
Well, the senior division, it's another optional entry. When our tournament, it's $250 to enter, pre-register. It's $300 if you wait till the night of the tournament, the captain's party to register. But when you register, you can also register this year for the optionals. So you don't have to wait till the registration at the tournament night. You can weigh in the option. We have a target weight king mackerel, which last year was 9.6 pounds, and this guy hit it right on the money.
No way.
We had one boat that was 400 off, and he was waiting on that money. He knew he was going to get it, and I mean, 5 minutes before the weigh-in ended, it was right. He hit it. And that fish paid out, was it $4,200 or something?
Wow.
It paid out more than the.
It paid out more than first prize.
Yeah. No way.
And then it was about a 9.5 pound king. So of the 122 boats that entered the tournament, it was like 94, 95 of them entered that.
Wow.
So it's a very popular category because anybody can win it.
I know. That's
Any
what
size
cool.
boat can win that target.
And I sponsor the women's prize for the largest king mackerel caught by a lady in the tournament.
Yes.
It's a $500 prize plus a custom built fishing rod.
Oh, that's cool.
Sorry.
That's cool.
So yeah, and we just got a lot of ways to win. And last year, actually, in the first place, youth won second place in the
You
open
can
division.
place in more than one category.
Oh, you can.
If you're entered in more than one.
Okay,
So
okay.
if you're entered in the other optionals, that one fish can win biggest king. It might be in the biggest kids king. So you could have won 2 places.
Oh, that's
but
cool.
it's again, having the youth involved that's our future. That's the future of this industry. And
Sure.
the only way to make them get out from behind the TV and their game consoles, they're entertaining and they're difficult. I don't know how to play them, but if you can get them away, get their attention, and get them out there, that you can get them hooked.
That's true. That's true. Okay, let's look at this chart right here. Tell us basically what we're looking at here.
Well, this is the little square numbered areas are our different reef permit areas.
Okay.
And I don't know what the bearing they took down to the south was from, but you can see that's Mexico Beach, the buoy line.
Yeah.
So you can see, we've got them in as close as 3 miles, which is the number 7 there, Bell Shoals.
Yeah.
Number
7.
6 is the Carbodies. Number 8 is Crooked Island. 9 is Sherman area. Those are all in state waters. And number 5 is the Tower Sites. All of those are in state waters.
And they've really been putting a lot of structures in number 8.
Oh,
They
man.
put a lot in number 8.
Why, in particular, why you think they're doing that on number 8? Is that just a good bottom? Or just
I
a
think
great-
we had a lot of available space in there.
Okay.
and,
Main thing, yeah, a lot of space available.
McGibbonville's close to that.
What number is he?
It's right at the number 6 and 8 where they merge there.
Okay, right there.
McGibbonville's right in that corner there.
Okay.
But you can see the bottom, it drops from like 65 to 75 feet. So it's not a big drop off there. And then the Sherman area picks it up around 75 to 85 feet.
There's a lot of kings in 6 and 8.
Oh, there
A
are.
lot of kings on him.
My
That-
goodness,
that's
we've seen
just a-
so much bait in the last few days.
That's great trolling water for kings.
Well, it doesn't take long to get out there.
No.
I mean, you're right there on top of it.
Well, it all starts with bait, and once the bait fish show up, then everything else is going to show up.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
And we were out there in the Sherman area the other day. Actually, I had a couple out there that her son has a Memorial Reef named.
Oh.
And so she wanted to go fish on it. It was her husband and her 25th wedding anniversary. They just wanted to ride out there, fish on that one spot. So we did. There was a pontoon boat sitting on it.
A pontoon boat.
Yeah, pontoon boat. So we went to another spot for a few minutes and waited till they left, and then we eased over there and started fishing.
We laugh about that because that's becoming a joke with the real fishermen. These pontoon boats.
Sitting on my spot.
And now they're out there. You know, we're talking about
when they're 30 miles offshore, I begin to question a lot of things.
And there was a guy on a Sea-Doo out there the other day. Of course, he's got it rigged for trolling and fishing, but he's out there on his Sea-Doo.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, again, that's kind of the point. We're trying to put stuff in where it's accessible to every size boat. I mean, we want the guys with the smaller boats. Everybody can't afford a 35, or 30 foot and up boat. So, you got to have it where it's good for all of them.
Sure.
All right, let's take a final break. We'll come right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a quick look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers at Port St. Joe, a big sponsor of this.
Always a big sponsor. George Durr is one of our biggest supporters.
Yeah, that's great. Our times today, 12:37 to 2:37 this morning, and this afternoon, 1:07 to 3:07. Okay, some closing points here on your notes here. What you just mentioned, you want to make sure we know?
One of the things, where the season is structured, it allows us to have a red snapper category for an optional entry. Yeah. And that's always, fun, because that's like the last open weekend usually. So.
It's the last open weekend, okay.
So we do a target weight king, and we do the big snapper.
Okay.
Both of those are optional entries. And then, again, kids, ladies. Seniors division. This year, because we raised our first prize in the Open and a pelagic purse in the Open, we also raised the Spanish mackerel payout from $1,500 to $2,000 this year in the rec division. And then we also have the biggest mangrove or biggest black snapper in the rec division, which is $500, and that's sponsored by Christy Purcell. Her husband, Jeff Purcell, he was the best snapper fisherman, red or black snapper. He's the best snapper fisherman I ever fished with. Wow. He could catch a red snapper or black snapper in his bathtub. I'm telling you, he was good. So we've added that in the rec division too. So that's another way, it doesn't take, you don't have to go far or be in a big boat to catch a $2,000 Spanish mackerel.
That's right. And the weigh-in is what time?
4 o'clock. We started now. I think we moved it last year.
Yep.
4 to 6. 4 to 6 Central Time at the Mexico Beach Pavilion.
Yeah.
And it's this year. Again, we have a sponsor, 98 Real Estate Group, sponsoring our weigh-in this year. So we're going to have, in addition, we have a band. Baby Gray is playing again on Saturday, and then we'll have a food truck that's going to come this year. It's the hibachi. He makes the hibachi and then some of the Mexican flavored food. And he's going to bring his food truck out, and we'll have some food, and then we'll also have our other vendors there on Saturday. Cool. So it'll be a lot of fun. And
here are the shirts right here. This year's shirts.
Got a pretty shirt.
A great
color.
That's a
really pretty shirt.
Wow.
And there, you could get those at the Mexico Beach Marina. You can get them at the Piggly Wiggly in Port St. Joe. And I think the Shell Shack has them as well in Mexico Beach.
Very good. Very good. So we're anticipating how many boats you think?
I think this year my goal is always, I want to hit 150. And I think with our increase this year.
With the increase in the purse.
I think we'll get close out there this year.
Wow. And they're going to be taking off at what time?
Well, if you're in the open division, you can leave after the captain's party is over. But you can't start fishing until 12:01 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay? But in and in the reg division, you can leave at daylight or leave it whenever you want, but you can't fish until daylight.
Yeah.
So, the guys in the open division, what we hope to try to get the guys in the open division to go ahead and leave. Go ahead and get your boat.
Get out of the way.
That way, it's a little less confusion every morning when everybody's trying to get going.
And real quick, one more quick look at this golf cart. You can win this golf cart, and here's how you get to it right here.
Yep. There's the golf cart. It's a
okay.
brand new street legal golf cart.
Okay, so
there's
you're only selling 150 tickets.
150. Well, we started with 150 tickets. It's probably less than 100 now. They've been on sale for a week.
Okay.
They sell pretty quick.
Oh, that's great. Now, Kevin, y'all been fishing. Let's talk about fishing real quick. A couple minutes left. You've been fishing a lot.
Yes, sir.
And you're sort of semi-retired. But we'll talk about that. How's the fishing been down your area?
The fishing, June started out great as it has in years past. We We had one particular trip that really sticks out in my head. We had we had our 12 red snapper and we had a 12-pound average. So that was really a phenomenal day. Over the last week, the water temperature started to go up. The water out to, say, 30 miles, we're up at 85 degrees now. We're looking at some green water still that far out. So it's starting to taper a little bit, kind of like we saw last summer when the temperatures got really high. So we're having to push out a little further.
We talk about that so much, how this water temperature, that's why I do it every day. Water temperature affects it so much.
Oh, it does.
Fish do. And you see it every day.
Every day.
And you've seen it, Mitch.
Well, and we were talking about it, and I asked you if you heard this, and because I've heard this over the years. A 1 degree change in water temperature is equivalent to almost 7 degree air temperature change for a human. So, think about it, a 4 degree change in water temperature in a week, it takes a minute for those fish to acclimate to that. And I notice it because I shallow water fish and I chunk. I bring my fish up behind the boat, my red snapper, and they will come up for just a second, and then they're going to grab it and they're going right back down. They're staying around 40 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a little tip for those guys when they get in those lethargic fish.
Okay.
Drop a jig.
Yeah.
I do a slow pitch jig, and what I have found is I might not catch a fish on the jig, but it'll stimulate the bite on some of the other rigs.
What a great idea.
And because that's the only, you got to get them instinct biting instead of feeding kind of thing. So when that lethargic day is going, break out some jigs.
Competition.
What a great idea. Any particular color you like? Or
I like the pink and white or the solid white because it'll get, that seems to be the two best colors for me.
Well, and they're not so dependent on the watercolor.
Sure.
If you get to those lighter colors, your watercolor doesn't really matter so much.
Yeah.
True. And as I'm getting older, the slow pitch jigs are the way to go now. So.
Oh, what a great trip. Well, we got about 30 seconds left in all. I want to thank y'all for coming over. I always look forward to it. And thank y'all for building all these reefs. This whole association, it's a big group of folks.
Well, it brings life to where there was none.
Exactly.
It was a big old desert. Think about it, it's an underwater desert out there. That's big old sandy bottom, and now we've got structure everywhere.
All over the place, and fish love it. And we'll get more and more of them.
Right, and from 3 miles to 35 miles.
Yep.
That's cool. Well, we're looking forward to it. I've got it on calendar, July 25th.
25th is captain party, and July 25th or 26th is fishing and weigh-in, all at the Mexico Beach Public Ramp and Pavilion.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Downtown Mexico Beach.
Thank you. Downtown. All right. Thanks for coming over. Thank y'all for watching our show. Y'all do something good for someone else today. Have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors. Let's take care of it. God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.